Hi, welcome to Moina Bass Fishes, and this is the recap of the 2022 MLF Toyota Series Northern Division Lake Champlain Tournament. I don't have much to recap. This really hit a few low points for me. Uh, One, this is the worst finish I've ever had on Lake Champlain out of perhaps, I don't know, 10 times being here or so, 10, 11, 12 times. By far the worst finish. Where did I finish? I finished 157th out of 217. Another low point. This could be the worst finish of the season. I don't know what's worse, 157 out of 217 here, or the 112th out of 155 at the Harris Chain earlier this year. I don't know which one's worse. They both feel bad. Another low point is I broke the streak, in the money streak I had going. I had nine in the money finishes in a row this year. And so now I'm 11 for 13 on money finishes this year. So the two times I didn't make the money was the Harris Chain and now this tournament. So those are a couple low points. As far as the actual strategy, where did I go wrong in this one? You know, as you guys know, or some of you know, I finished 25th in the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit tournament here, 10 days ago or whatever it was, 10, 12, whatever it was, 25th out of 155. So how do I go from, and I had an 18-pound stringer and a 19-pound stringer and then a 16-pound stringer. How do I go from that to weighing in 14 pounds day one here and then 12 pounds yesterday? How does that happen? Well, I didn't, apparently I just didn't get around enough new quality fish. A lot of the fish that I was fishing just 10 days ago, a lot of those fish were gone. Like, for example, I leaned hard on leaned substantially hard on largemouths a couple weeks ago. Well, I never really re-practiced those spots. I just decided I'll fish those in the tournament. And so I fished them on day one where I had 14 pounds. And it didn't work out. All I caught were undersized largemouths. I caught one keeper largemouth and it was barely a keeper. For the Toyota Series tournament here, with 15 inches was the minimum size. So I had like a 15 and a quarter inch largemouth, which I ended up calling out. So I weighed all smallmouth in this tournament, both days 1 and 2. And then I don't know. Then just some of the quality went down across the board. The smallmouth quality went down in the places I was fishing. Just wasn't happening. And then yes, but I did think after day one, at the end of day one, I thought I got into a grass bed where the quality and the numbers were there. I just got there too late because I made a couple upgrades. My partner caught some nice fish. Just ran out of time there. So on day two, I decided I'll just spend all day in there and in that grass bed, and just the quality was not happening for me. I didn't catch that many fish. The quality wasn't there. I probably caught like, what did I catch? Maybe, I don't know, 9 keepers. That ain't much. My koi angler, so I had 12 pounds. My koi angler probably caught, he may have caught only like 6 keepers, I think. And he had 16 pounds. So he had a little bit better average size. What was the difference? I don't know. Just luck, maybe. I caught more fish. He caught fewer fish but bigger fish. He was throwing a little drop shot most of the time. I'd say like 90% of his fishing was on the drop shot, and I think all the fish he weighed were on the drop shot. Whereas compared to me, I think I caught, I was primarily fishing a swim bait, a little bit of top water. I had a little bit of top water, but I never even weighed a fish on the top water. I never even caught one on the top water. I had one one bite on it, and then I saw like 3 fish come up under my top water, using a Lowrance active target, and just couldn't get them to trigger. And what else? Nico rig, caught a couple on that. So I don't know. Oh, and then one on a jerkbait. So a lot of one on a chatterbait. So it's a lot of moving bait presentations. I didn't throw drop shot too much, but for whatever reason, his size, he had a better size than I did. So was it because the bigger fish would only go for the drop shot, or was it just by chance? It's hard to say. I fished, where did I fish? I fished up in the northern end of the Inland Sea, up in the Missisquoi. That's where I did most of my fishing, and I just couldn't get around enough fish, couldn't call enough times. It just wasn't happening. So I don't know. I mean, normally on these tournament recaps, I take out these rods, show you what I used, what I caught them on. What's the point? I didn't do that well. So in fact, I was just so distraught with frustration after yesterday's weigh-in that then I got nothing else to do. So I'm like, right after weigh-in, I just got my boat, went back out fishing. It's like I just couldn't accept the outcome. I couldn't accept it. I feel like what am I missing? What was I missing in my game plan? And I still don't know that. So I did go back out and just graphed around a lot, fished some, checked a couple waypoints I had that I never got a chance to fish. And I did find one nice school this was interesting. I found one nice school of fish, and when I went back out, I couldn't get any of them to bite, but they were all chasing the lure. And so then I just left. So then I'm like, well, I'm not going to just sit here. So then I left, came back like 3 hours later, maybe more, maybe 3.5, 4 hours later, right towards the end of the day, and rechecked it, and the school was completely broke up. There was a few fish scattered around. I did catch one because I think the low light might have helped, and that fish wasn't even around. That fish wasn't even on the main school. It was on the same piece of overall lake structure, but it was like at least 50-60 yards off of where the main school was. And when I got to where the main school was, there was just a handful of fish there anymore. So it's kind of interesting how everybody knows. Maybe you don't know this, but experienced smallmouth anglers know that smallmouth are very volatile in their movements and disappearing. That is part of their nature. Is they're very nomadic at times, and that's what this school apparently. That just demonstrates it. They were there, and then 3 hours later, it was like broken up completely. So, unless maybe somebody went and fished them in between. That I don't know. Who knows? But so that was interesting, and I'm still. And today is day 3 of the tournament. You got the top 25 out there fishing right now. I want to get out there, but also I don't want to go out there and just I don't want to go out there and just be fishing on a place that suddenly one of these top 25 guys rolls up to and wants to fish there. That's I don't want to be. I just don't want to be in that position. So I'm just trying to respect what those guys are doing. I guess I could be out there graphing right now. I could be doing that. So I'm going to get out here this afternoon and try to learn, because obviously there's a significant piece of the puzzle missing from what I'm doing, and I need to find out what that is. The only way to find out, well, there's a couple ways. I could follow around the leaders and just watch them. I'm not going to do that. That's not part of my repertoire of how I do things. So the other way is to go out there and put in the work. And I don't believe in shortcuts. I believe in putting in the work. So, and what's the purpose? I don't have any more tournaments. Well, the purpose is the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of understanding how to become a better angler. It's the pursuit of perfecting my craft. Obviously, I've got a huge imperfection. I mean, because the guys that are dialed in out here, like Spencer Shuffield, um, Kyle Hall, who won our pro circuit tournament, and he's in the top 25. Who else? I mean, Matt Becker. There's other guys that fish the pro circuit tournament and this tournament, and they're just bringing in 20-pound bags every time. Kurt Mitchell's another one. I mean, these guys are bringing in 20-pound bags in the previous tournament and this tournament every time. So these guys they've got the location figured out, the presentation figured out. They just got it all. They got all the pieces in place to go out there and catch the quality fish every time they put their boat in the lake out here. So, and I don't have that. I can go out and catch a limit every time, and that thankfully I kept my limit streak alive. I've had a limit of fish in every tournament, every day of every tournament this year. So that streak's still alive. However, it's one thing to catch limit out here. It's another thing to catch the limit of high quality size, and that piece is completely missing from my game. So I'm going to go out this afternoon, see what I can do, and that's about it from Lake Champlain. You'll see me next at the St. Lawrence River for the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit Championship, and I leave for that location tomorrow. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and this is now over.